What up, what up, what up? It's RJ Fancy Football Talk, and we back again. You know what it is. It's 40-second play clock. I'm riding this Jay. What's going on, man?
Not much, man. As always, ready to bring the best fantasy advice, covering all the games today.
Word, you know how it is, man. So we're gonna start this thing off. Being that I got more games this week, I'm gonna go ahead and kick it off like I always do. I'm gonna start with my boys. We got the Niners at Seattle. It's a division game. So I'm definitely going with my boys on this one. The Seattle defense is horrible at this point of the season. I know it's early, but they're not playing well. But you go with Debo, you go with Brandon, you go with Kittles. Russell Wilson, DK, Tyler Lockett for Seattle. I wouldn't play the defense of Seattle. I would, if you got San Francisco defense, I wouldn't play them either. It probably going to be a lot of scoring in this game. So I'm rolling with the Niners on this one, though. But you will play the premier players like the receivers and stuff.
My only question for you is, will Trey Lance get in the game?
I'm hoping he will.
Probably still not fantasy worthy, but I just want to see him play, so we'll see.
Yeah, me too.
All right, well, I'm going to go to the hometown team, the Baltimore Ravens. They're playing against the Denver Broncos. This will be the first real test. Even though the Broncos are undefeated, they've done it against the likes of the Jaguars, the Giants, and the Jets. So they haven't seen anything like Lamar Jackson and this running attack that's coming. Assuming Lamar Jackson, gets over this sore back issue that he has. But I think right now he should play this. They're not making a really big deal out of it. I actually do like Tim Patrick more than Cortland Sutton in this game. Tim Patrick's been a more consistent wide receiver for the team, and if as long as Jerry Jeudy is out, Tim Patrick's been balling out, so I definitely would play him. That's about it as far as the Broncos are concerned. With the Ravens, I like Lamar Jackson, of course. You're going to play Mark Andrews, and Hollywood's been really been doing a good job with this new passing attack that the Broncos have presented. So those are my squad. I'm picking the Ravens to win this one because I just don't think the Broncos are for real. I think we've been fooled by the weak competition they played so far.
So you think it's fool's gold? Is that what you're saying?
Completely fool's gold. But
okay.
Now what's interesting though, I didn't recommend any of the Denver running backs, but it's they should get something going. But like I've said before, they are a very even split. Melvin Gordon's had like 42 carries, and Javonte Williams had 39. This split right down the line. They're no more than flex spots for me.
I'm going Baltimore on this one. I just think Baltimore's more talented team.
Yeah.
Just in general, Lamar probably have a good game. So I'm going Baltimore on this one. I think they should win this one. It ain't gonna be an easy win, but I think they should win by at least a touchdown. So I'm gonna go to my next game, and this one here is the homecoming of Tom Brady. We have Tampa Bay Buccaneers against New England Patriots, and I'm going Tom Brady and the Patriots. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers in this one. You're playing all of the guys from Tampa Bay. Antonio Brown, Evans, Godwin, Gronk, especially Gronk and Brady. You playing those guys. They probably gonna have big days. New England, you ain't playing nobody. Not even the defense, the kicker, nobody. You just sit them all. Tampa Bay should win this one easy.
I also have Tampa Bay winning this game also, but I see the force of habit with Tom Brady and Patriots. Like, how can you say Tom Brady and not say the Patriots? I get
exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, Tampa Bay's got this one. So, my next game is going to be the Browns in Minnesota, and I really like the way the Vikings passing game got going last week. It was against the Seahawks, which kind of makes it a little bit easier. I don't think they'll be quite as dominant against the Browns defense, which is actually legit. But they should be going well. One thing you will watch for, I've talked about KJ Osborne and what Tyler Conklin doing. He was a no-go, but Conklin's hurt. And so questionable to start. So if he starts, maybe you throw KJ Osborne in there. But for now, I'd say leave Osborne and Conklin on my bench. Dalvin Cook looks like he might make a reappearance. So if you had Alexander Madison, those days may be over. But if you got him, you can creep across your finger stick. Dalvin Cook's hurt. Shame on you for doing that, by the way. The guy I really like, obviously the running backs for the Browns, they're going to be great. But OBJ looked really good last week, and I think he's going to continue playing well. So, hey, go with him.
Ho.
Yeah.
Not you.
I said OBJ.
OBJ?
I am recommending him. Hey, with Jarvis Landry out, he's been all right. Hey, I was impressed. He looked good. I was surprised.
Okay. I mean, if you say so, but I'm going Minnesota.
Oh, you're going to Minnesota? I'm actually picking the Browns to win this one.
I'm going Minnesota. I'm pulling for the upset here. I just think the receivers are too much for Cleveland. I think though Thielen and Jefferson gonna have a good game. So if they struggle against KC and the speed of Tyreek Hill and all that, I think they're gonna struggle against Thielen and them two stuff. I got Minnesota pulling this off with the upset.
Hey, we'll see if Myles Garrett does a little work for the IDP people out there, because if he can terrorize that offensive line, he can cause some problems. We'll see.
He could, but I think Minnesota going to kind of get this one. I think it's going to be a shocker, but I think Minnesota got this one. So I'm going to start with my next game. And my next game is the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Green Bay Packers. And I'm going with Green Bay in this game. I think Aaron Jones is going to be a key factor. I think he's going to run a lot. Probably won't score a bunch of touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers, you start him, but I think he's going to do his normal, regular 2 touchdowns, but I think they're going to start handing the ball off because Pittsburgh defense is not that great. But you started usuals, Aaron Jones, and Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers. For Pittsburgh, you're going Najee Harris. You might start Claypool if you have to. So, Big Ben, I would stay away from in this game. So, but I'm picking Green Bay. Take the win.
Yeah, Green Bay. No doubt, because the Steelers can't run the ball, but I do like that wide receiver they got. What's his name? Najee Harris or something like that? He should put up big numbers.
You gotta stop hating, man.
I'm not a hater.
Really,
I'm a realist.
You do, man.
Let's go to Los Angeles for our next game. I'm talking about my Raiders against the Los Angeles Chargers, and we saw the Chargers put on the show last week. And I think this game is going to be really good with 2 great quarterbacks. One putting up 1,200 yards, and the others are over 900. So a lot of passing, I think, in this game, and a lot of the ball being spread around. So far, we apparently see that Mike Williams is better than Keenan Allen. I don't know if I actually buy that, but it's been working these first 3 weeks. Maybe this week Keenan Allen says, hey, I want to be the alpha dog. We'll see what happens. But you can definitely play both of those. Peyton Barber, he put in a good game last week. And if Josh Jacobs is out, I think he does it again. But Jacobs is practicing in a limited fashion, at least. So stay tuned and find out if Jacobs plays. Of course, you bench Barber because he has no value. But in the game where the Chargers gave up 100 yards to Clyde Edwards-Helaire, I'm playing any running back for the Raiders this game.
Who are you picking, though?
Really? The Raiders, baby.
What you saying? I'm going with the Raiders, too.
Yeah,
I think the Raiders going to beat
them. And if the Broncos go down, we'll be alone at the top of the AFC West. If we lose, then Kansas City folks are going to rejoice because then there'll be no undefeated teams in the AFC West. So we'll see what the day goes.
Well, I'm going with the Raiders. I think the Raiders can pull this thing out.
I thought you were going to go Chargers.
It's 2 weeks in a row. 2 weeks in a row I've been going to Raiders now. So you ought to be happy.
Get on the bandwagon, man. We going
Nah, I'm not getting on the bandwagon. I'm just trying to go against the odds at this point. My next game is the Dallas Cowboys and the Carolina Panthers. And I'm going with Dallas in this game. I feel like Dallas just has more talent. I'm really excited about their defense. Their defense is stepping up a lot. For Dallas, you playing the usual CeeDee Lamb, you playing Zeke, you playing Dak, you playing Amari Cooper. For Carolina, you playing Sam Darnold, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, and Chuba. I don't know how much work he's going to do because Dallas defense is looking really good nowadays. I like Parsons coming off the defensive end, so let's see what he can do. Is he going to pull numbers like CMC? Who knows, but we're going to see. But I'm pulling Dallas on this one.
And I'm going Dallas as well. I would not pick against them 2 weeks in a row. All right, I'm going to stay in Los Angeles for my next game, but this time I'm talking about the Los Angeles Rams, who are placing a game against the Cardinals. I told you before, the Rams are my Super Bowl pick, so I'm staying with them again this week. But this is going to be a game where defense is going to determine who is the better squad. I like the Rams' defense a bit better, so I'm picking them to win. I'm crossing fingers that this is the game we finally see Robert Woods come back to life. But it's been the Cooper Kupp show. So with confidence, Cooper Kupp's about the only guy I'm playing in there. See what happens with Darrell Henderson and Sony Michel, because Henderson might get back in the game. Here's my surprise pick. I did not expect to like him so much this year. Kristen Kirk. I think he's been somehow a very valuable part of this. He's sort of the forgotten man at the beginning of the season, but he's exerted himself and he's been really consistent. So I put him in the lineup. Quarterbacks are going to do their work on this one. I think this should be a good high-scoring game, similar to like the Rams games last week. But Rams are going to still come out on top.
Yeah, I like the Rams, even though it hurt my heart. I need them to lose, but
yeah,
I can't do it. I think they're gonna win this thing. It's gonna be a defensive battle. Both offenses are good, but I think both defenses are good too.
Yeah,
so
these are, dare I say, two of the most complete teams in the league.
I ain't gonna say all that.
Of course, you're not.
Yeah, Kyler Murray still got some question marks for me, but and the coach got a little question
even
mark
balling out
too,
this year.
If you say so. My next game is Chicago at Detroit, and I don't know what to say about this game, people. I guess you go David Montgomery, Allen Robinson, DeAndre Swift in Detroit. I'm saying Chicago should win this thing, but I ain't doing it with a bunch of confidence, I'll tell you that. I don't know the situation at quarterback. I don't know. They saying all three. One of them can start. I just don't know. I just think Chicago's probably a better team. So I'm going with Chicago just because Detroit's probably, they don't have the talent enough to keep up with them. I don't know.
Matt Nagy still the coach of Chicago?
Yes.
I'm picking the Lions. There we go. We'll see how it goes. This is. Can you be confident about picking the Lions quarter? This should be a terrible game, I think.
I mean, it's a terrible game. That's why I was like, I ain't confident about the Bears, but I feel like the Bears.
Why not?
They have more than enough to beat the Lions, so we'll see. I mean, at least the defense will do something to win the game. So I don't know.
Who knows? But speaking of terrible games, I've got the Titans and the Jets. You play Derrick Henry. I'm done with nobody else, because Julio Jones is questionable. He is more likely to play than AJ Brown, who's also questionable, but probably not playing at all. So you're talking about Ryan Tannehill having great receivers like Nick Westbrook-Akeem and Chester Rogers. Right, exactly. Don't do that to yourself. Play Derrick Henry, because that's all the Titans are doing. And if you even for a second think about playing anybody on the Jets, smack yourself in the face and tell yourself bad. Don't do that. No Jets. Play Derrick Henry. Titans are winning this.
Titans win this with ease.
Yeah.
Ain't got nothing else.
Yeah.
They should win it.
What can you say? We've seen the Jets. Don't.
We've seen the Jets. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Well, we can just move on to the next game, and this one might be a stinker too. I mean, you got the Giants and you got New Orleans Saints. I'm going with the Saints on this one because they got just Alvin Kamara, they got Jameis Winston. Receivers are questionable for the Saints because you just don't know which one's going to show up each week. For the Giants, they don't have any receivers. Kenny Galladay is probably the most heftiest one out of the three that was starting. Sterling Shepard is out. Slayton is out probably. I'm not calling him Danny Daniels, but Daniel Jones has looked bad the last two games. So I'm going with the New Orleans Saints on this one, but I'm not going. I'm trying not to see anything from the Giants at this point. Even Saquon, he looked a little bit better, but it's not enough to beat them. So I'm going with the Saints.
Yeah, Saquon's been disappointing, but Saints because Yeah, why not? We'll see which Jameis shows up. We've had good Jameis, bad Jameis.
Yeah. Hopefully good
Jameis.
Good Jameis show up. I mean, it's a game. It's a winnable game for them. It should be. Yeah. So.
All right. So I'll go to my next game. It's the Colts and the Dolphins. And hey, rewind. Just don't do it to yourself. Here's what's interesting. Jonathan Taylor has a knee injury, so you might see a lot more Nyheim Hines. He's been the better running back anyway, so you definitely start him. If I'm looking at the Dolphins, if I'm forced to, I play Waddle because Waddle's been the one really good part. Gesicki, potentially, they both had like 13 and 12 targets respectively last week. So that's about the only thing I look for the Dolphins. But I hope to not do anything with this entire game. This game sucks. These players. Nyheim Hines, go for it. Why not?
Yeah,
I got him in the line. Defense might be cool if they can do like they did against the Raiders last week.
Well, I got Nyheim Hines in a few lineups, so I think he's gonna do work this week. I'm picking the Colts to win this game.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Colts. I don't think I said that. Yeah, Colts.
Yeah.
I'm also picking to win because I ain't picking the team with Jacoby Brissett as their quarterback.
Yeah, the coach should be. The coach should win this game. Miami just don't be surprised if you hear Deshaun Watson start quarterback in a couple weeks. So. That's the rumblings, but we're gonna see. So
we'll see.
We'll see. Well, his next game is another. Well, it ain't a stinker. It's more of they should blow them out. So the Buffalo Bills and the Houston Texans. Buffalo, Josh Allen. You might even want to play Devin Singletary, Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders. The only person you playing from Houston is Brandon Cooks, the old reliable. If you attempt to play anybody else outside of Brandon Cooks, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should quit playing fantasy. I'm just saying.
No love for Davis Mills? What? No,
are you really serious right now?
No,
you can't.
Don't do that. The Bills are 16.5-point favorites. I'm picking the Bills. So,
yes.
Yeah. So let me go to my last game for the day. It's the Chiefs and the Eagles, and the Chiefs can't possibly play as bad and have as many turnovers as they did last week. So I think they're going to turn it around, get right against the Eagles. So you play your stars. Travis Kelce is consistent. They need to get Tyreek Hill active because he has been completely ghost for the past 2 weeks. So hopefully we'll see something from him. Speaking of ghosts, Miles Sanders. They need to establish a run because Jalen Hurts needs that help. So hopefully they can get him going early and often. So that might help them do a little something. Jalen Hurts, as much as people talk about him for fantasy, he's a top 10 quarterback. Definitely put him in the lineup. He should put up some good numbers against the Chiefs' lack of a defense.
Well, he gonna get you garbage points. That's what he gonna get you.
Hey, garbage points are points.
Yeah, I'm not taking away from that. Garbage points is good. Yeah. I mean, he had 300 and some yards last week of garbage points. So you play them. I mean, they're gonna be down by a lot. So they're gonna have to throw the ball anyway. So I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I just think at the end of the day, I have my reservations about Alabama quarterbacks anyway. So they need talent around them to win. And he doesn't have talent around him right now to win. So that's what I think about Alabama quarterback. So, but I'm gonna finish it up. And I got Washington football team at the Atlanta Falcons, and I'm going with the Atlanta Falcons in this week. Second week in a row, I think they pull a squeaker out. For Atlanta, you play Matt Ryan, Calvin Ridley, Mike Davis. I think those guys should have good games. Washington defense has looked bad this year. They haven't looked really good at all. For Washington, Antonio Gibson, Scary Terry, Heineke may do something, but if you don't need to put him in the lineup, I wouldn't do it. But I'm going with the Falcons in a close game, but I think they pull it out.
Surprise, we agree. I'm going with the Falcons also, and I think that's the game I deliberated the most on because I was like, the Washington football team is terrible at defense somehow. The Falcons are horrible at offense, so the usual strong points are gone for both teams. So I was like, I have no idea why I'm picking the Falcons, but I'm going with it.
I think the Falcons offense is probably a little bit better than Washington. I mean, even though you got Gibson and Scary Terry, but I think Matt Ryan gonna throw it 55 times anyway, just to keep them in the game. So you might as well.
All I know is I need Calvin Ridley and Kyle Pitts to come alive because they're killing me right now.
Kyle Pitts is killing me. Yeah, me too.
And Mike Davis too.
I know. I have Mike Davis about 5 leagues, so I know he's doing better than I. Well, I ain't gonna say doing better than I expected, but he should be doing better than he should be right around last year. But he's steady. That's all I can say.
I guess we didn't really see Cordell Patterson being as much a part of this offense as he's been. So,
well, surprising that they did. I guess Mike Davis got a little bit more carries than Cordell Patterson last week. So, it might be a change of guard where they saying, "Hey, Cordell Patterson ain't gonna get as many carries." Yeah. So we don't know. We'll see.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. But that's all we got, people. You know what it is. You know how to find us. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Check us out. Definitely follow our Twitter pages. You know how to find us. We're here. We can go nowhere. Peace.
All right, peace. Best of luck to y'all in y'all fantasy games this weekend. Later.